Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers at 24/7. My name is Amanjyot and I am here with you all to discuss the another MCQ series on the principles and practices of banking. Okay, so let's start the session. Good morning to all of you. How are you all? First, let me know audio and video both are okay. Are we good to go? So let's start the session. Before starting the session, those candidates who are not here, so do make sure you share the particular sessions link on the Telegram channel or WhatsApp group, wherever you are linked to your colleagues who are preparing for the JAIIB November-December exam. To do share the session with all of them. And if you have not downloaded the Adda 24/7 application yet, then do download the application. You will be able to get the information about the upcoming batches and the quizzes regarding banking awareness. Now, second thing, if you have not subscribed the Adda 24/7 Officers at 24/7 YouTube channel, then do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Now, next, if we talk about upcoming batches or the running batches, if we talk about, so yesterday a new batch of PPB has started, that is Principles and Practices of Banking Individual Subject batch, which is started on 5th of September. So we are having the classes from 8 to 9 p.m. in this particular batch, and yesterday we just have discussed the introduction of the syllabus. So this is the batch if you want to enroll in a fresh batch, in a new batch. So this is the batch you can enroll yourself. Apart from that, one crash course batch is going to start, that is a selection batch from 12th of September. So those candidates who was not able to join the target batch, they are now very late to join the target batch. They can go with the selection batch, in which you will get all the 3 subjects classes, and this is starting from the 12th of September. And next, one important batch is that new target batch for CAIIB started from 3rd of September, in which we are taking all the 3 subjects, your BFM, ABM and retail. So this batch will start from the 3rd September. So these 3 are the English medium batch. Okay, and to enroll in any of these batch, you can use the code Y496. Now, apart from that, the bilingual batches which are running or upcoming is that, first of all, the CAIIB bilingual batch is going to start from 12th of September. That is going to be a selection batch. And apart from that, we have a complete selection batch for JAIIB bilingual, which is going to start from the 5th of September. That is also started. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. This is the batch. You can enroll yourself by using a code Y496. One important information for all of you, that right now there is a double validity going on the Mahapacks of the JAIIB and CAIIB. Okay, so if you use a code Y496, you will be able to get the 81% discount plus the double validity, which is valid for today only. So you can go with this particular product. Okay, now if you want a practice test, you can go with all the 3 subjects practice test, AFB, PPB and LRB. And if you want individual subjects practice test, that is also available on the website. You can check. Now let's start our session, that is 41st series of Principles and Practices of Banking. So this is our 41st class of the practice questions of PPB. Now let's start with the first. Which of the following RBI can use as a tool of credit control? So if we talk about the tool of credit control, what are the particular points, what are the particular instruments which RBI can use? So we are talking about the credit control. It means simply the credit which is RBI giving in the market, that we have to control. And which of the following tools can be used by RBI? Is it selective credit control measure? Is it CRR, SLR? Is it bank rate policy, or is it any one? So which particular tool can be used by Reserve Bank of India to make sure that the credit control happen in the economy? So which of the following is correct? Okay, we are getting option, that is D. Okay, so the right answer is D, that anyone can be used by Reserve Bank of India to control the credit in the market. So if we talk about selective credit control, what does it mean? It means RBI is controlling the funds, RBI is controlling the loan on a selective section of the society, that is selective credit control. Now CRR, SLR, we know these are known as reserve ratio. These are known as reserve ratio, and these reserve ratios are CRR, SLR, in which banks have to maintain certain reserve with RBI or with themselves so that the market money control will be done. And the next, bank rate policy. In bank rate, RBI gives loan to commercial bank for the long period of time. So any of this can be used by RBI to control the liquidity from the market. Now, next, which out of the following is correct regarding cash reserve ratio? Which of the following is correct regarding cash reserve ratio? So CRR is a reserve ratio which all the banks have to maintain with RBI in form of cash. So first option is saying Section 42(1) of RBI Act 1934 lays foundation for maintaining CRR by scheduled commercial banks with RBI. Second is saying Section 24 of Banking Regulation Act 1949 provides power to RBI to levy CRR on banks. Third is saying at present CRR is 3.5% of NDTL. So and the fourth is saying bank cannot earn profit on CRR. So you have to select the correct answer for the CRR. Which of the following is correct for CRR, cash reserve ratio? A, B, C or D? Okay, Kavya is saying C. What about rest? Rajan is saying C, that is A and D. What about rest? Which of the following is correct regarding CRR, cash reserve ratio? Anantha is also going with C. Okay. So the right answer for this particular question will be C, that is correct, that the RBI has defined under Section 42(1) of RBI Act the CRR. In Section 24 SLR comes. So second statement is not correct. Third is also not correct because right now there is no 3.5% CRR. So right answer will be A and D only because bank cannot earn income on the CRR. RBI do not pay any kind of interest to the banks on the CRR. Okay. So right answer will be your D. Next. LEI is a dash digit code to identify parties to financial transaction worldwide. So first of all, you should know that what actually the LEI stands for, what actually the LEI means. And then you have to tell that how many digits are there in a LEI code. So let me know which of the following is correct, 15, 20, 11 or 21. Which of the following is correct? Third is B. Okay, what about rest? Legal identity identifier. Legal identity identifier. It is LEI. Now, E stands for what? It's not identity identifier. Yes, it's legal entity identifier, not identification identifier. Legal entity identifier, that's a 20-digit code which banks should be allotting the persons who are participating in the financial transaction after a certain limit of loan. So simply RBI has introduced legal entity identifier, that's a code given by the bank while they are issuing loan, while they are giving loan to their customer, while they are performing the financial transaction for a certain customer of a limit of loan. That will be given a legal entity identifier code. Next. What are the elements of Tier 1 capital including additional Tier 1 capital as per the Basel III? So we have to tell what are the different elements of Tier 1 and the additional Tier 1 which comes under the Basel III. So first is saying paid up equity capital, statutory and disclosed reserve. Second is saying capital reserve representing surplus arising out of sale proceeds of assets. Next is saying perpetual non-cumulative preference shares and debt capital instrument and the eligible for inclusion under the additional Tier 1, or last one is all of the above. So which of the following is, which of the above statement or which of the following statement defines the tier 1 capital and the additional tier 1 capital in the Basel III? Which of these is correct? Rajan is saying D, that is all of the above. Okay, what about rest? So Basel norms or Basel Accord 3, if we talk about, Basel is a simply committee. Okay, Basel is a committee which was introduced in the year 1974 because all the banks at the global level were facing a certain kind of risk. Okay, so there is a 10 central banks governor who created a certain meeting, who held a certain meeting in the Basel city of Switzerland, where they came up with the certain international banking regulations which was given by the Basel committee, and that regulations are known as Basel Accord 1, Basel Accord 2 and Basel Accord 3. So here we are talking about the Basel Accord 3, which is going to fully implement in India from January 2023. Okay, so the right answer is very good. Everyone is going with the D, that is all of the above. All of the above capitals are part of tier 1 capital and the additional tier 1 capital under the Basel 3. Very good. Next. Now, which of the following banking system prohibits interest? Which of the following banking system prohibits interest? So we know what is bank. Bank is simply a financial institution and banking simply the functions provided by bank. Okay. So when a bank providing a certain different types of functions, that according to that functions we have given a certain name to the banking. So according to what functions bank is providing to us, according to what product and services bank is providing to us, we have created a certain name of the banking that are like universal banking, Islamic banking, shadow banking, narrow banking, para banking, virtual banking, merchant banking. So all these types of banking are there in which different types of services are provided by bank to the customer. So here we are asking that when the customer is not getting any particular interest and bank is not paying any certain interest or getting certain interest on the deposit or loan, what type of banking is it? So kind of banking in which interest has been prohibited. So fifth is A, very good. Islamic banking is right. Islamic banking works on a certain principle, that is the Sharia law. In this particular law, it prohibits the giving of interest and acceptance of interest. So no interest will be paid by bank on the deposit and no interest will be taken by bank on the loan. Okay, that is the Islamic banking. Universal banking is simply when under a one roof you will be able to get all the banking services by the bank, that is known as your universal banking. Shadow banking, when the banking services are provided by NBFCs, non-banking financial companies, that will be known as your shadow banking. What is, shadow banking. Now next is narrow banking. If we talk about narrow banking, so when bank places its fund only in risk-free assets, that will be narrow banking. Like bank is performing its transaction but in a very limited form, that will be a narrow banking. So we can say the example of narrow banking is a payment bank. Okay, or we can say shadow banking example is our NBFCs, non-banking financial companies. Universal banking example, all the banks which are working right now, all the scheduled commercial banks are the universal banking. And right now, no Islamic banking working in country. Okay, now next. Which of the following is the role of mutual fund? So which of the following is the role of mutual fund? You have to tell. First is saying to promote unit-based scheme to inculcate saving habit. Second is saying pooling of investor money from investment in capital market and other securities. Next is saying manage the funds of high net worth individuals. Next is saying all of the above. So which according to you is correct for the mutual fund? Which of the following is the role of a mutual fund? A, B, C or D? Okay, sixth is everyone saying D. See, when we talk about mutual fund, what are mutual fund? Mutual funds are professional managers or we can say mutual funds are simply the portfolio managers who collects funds from various investors. Okay, they collect funds from various investors and invest that fund in diversified sector to minimize the risk. So first statement is saying they promote units based scheme to incubate savings scheme, saving habit, that is correct. Pooling of investor money, they are collecting money from various investors for investment in capital market and other security, and they invest in the diversified sector, that is also correct. Manage the funds of high net worth individuals, that is also correct. So right answer will be all of the above. Very good. Right answer will be all of the above. Next, which of the following is correct about the Reserve Bank of India's functions or Central Banks of India's function? First is saying that the central bank has the duty to see that legitimate credit requirements are met. Second, RBI check that the credit is not used for unproductive and speculative purposes. This is also the responsibility of RBI. Next, RBI rightly calls its credit policy as one of the controlled expansion, and the last one is all of the above. So which of the following you think is correct about Reserve Bank of India? Now, those candidates who are live in the session, if you have not liked the session, do like the session once, and also do try to share the session with maximum Telegram groups or WhatsApp group wherever you know that there are persons who are preparing for the JAIIB exam. So 7th is D, Sanjay is saying, Ananta is saying D. Okay, what about rest? Rajan is also saying D. Marudhu is also saying D. Okay, so very good. The right answer is D, all of the above. Right answer is D. That is all of the above. Correct. Because all of the above functions has been performed by RBI. Next, RBI on behalf of government issues MSS bond. Okay, RBI on behalf of government issues the MSS bond to mop up the extra liquidity from the market. This is same as open market operation, but has a significant difference. What is it? So market establishment scheme, that is MSS bond we are talking about. It's a market establishment scheme in which RBI sells the government securities to control the liquidity from the market. Similarly, in open market operation, RBI sells the security of Government of India to control the liquidity in the market. So in both the terms, in both the instruments, we are controlling money by selling the government securities. So what do you think is correct about this particular? What do you think, what is the difference between MSS and OMO? Is they totally same or there is a certain difference? First is saying money raised from the market by MSS bond is stored in a government's normal account. Second is saying money is not raised by MSS bond. Third is saying money raised from the market by MSS bond is stored in a separate account of Government of India with RBI, which is known as MSS account, which cannot be used for the normal government expenditure or none of the above. So what do you think is the difference between MSS and the open market operation? So we have done the monetary policy in the paid class also. Okay, so I think you should know this answer. 8th is C and A. Two options are coming. Okay, so the right answer will be your C. Money raised from the market in a MSS will be held in a separate account of Government of India, that is known as MSS account. No such kind of account will be maintained for the open market operation. And the another difference is that in MSS public can participate directly, but in open market operation public cannot participate directly. So these two differences are there among the between the MSS and open market operation, and do remember these two differences. Okay. Now let me know how many questions answers you have given correct out of 8. How many answers you have given correct? Now one information for all of you, like you are preparing for the JAIIB exam, and definitely after qualifying the November attempt, you are going to give the CAIIB exam, and you know the exam is going to be tough from the May 2023 attempt because the pattern has changed, syllabus has changed, negative marking is there. So what you can do, you can enroll in a certain product in which you will get all the live classes, all the ebooks, all the test series for the JAIIB as well as for the CAIIB, because we know after a certain period of time we have to prepare for it. So you can go with the Mahapack, and there is right now double validity and 80% off is going on Mahapack. What you have to do to enroll in the Mahapack, just go to the Adda 24/7 application or the website, whatever you have. If you don't have the application, then you will be you should download the application because 1% additional discount will be there. So you have to go to the JAIIB and CAIIB section, click on the JAIIB and CAIIB Mahapack. While you check, there is a double validity. If you purchase for 6 months, you will get for 12 months. That is really going to help you in the May 2023 attempt of CAIIB. So click on the JAIIB and CAIIB ka Mahapack. After clicking on that, do read all the details. 12 plus 12 month validity is available here. Live classes, test series, video courses, ebooks, everything is available for both JAIIB and CAIIB. You don't have to go anywhere else after enrolling in this particular product. So after that, what you have to do, simply just click on buy now. When you click on a buy now, this particular window will come in front of you, and click here and you can use a code that is Y496 and press the apply. You will see that there is a discount of 80% you will see on the screen. But what will happen if you purchase the same product from Adda 24/7 application, you will be able to get 1% additional discount. So you will be able to take the 10,000 rupees, you only have to pay the 10,000 rupees and you will get JAIIB and CAIIB both for the next 24 months. So that's the offer for right now. This is going to stay for today only. So if you are planning to prepare for the CAIIB and JAIIB, or you are doing already, then you can go with this particular Mahapack of JAIIB and CAIIB and enroll by using the code Y496. Okay. So the 5 and 4, there is a let's score today, guys. Okay. So let's end the session here. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time, 6:30 a.m. without any delay. So let's end the session here. Thank you for joining and stay safe.